Thank you, Moses. Good morning, everybody. Um, I feel honored today to speak in front of you guys, the leaders of the organization, distinguished guests, those who have been invited as a future leaders. I want first to say something. My name is Salim Baabde. I am the director of Camel Oil. I was the VC, vice chairman of Tanzania Association of Oil Marketing Company. Yesterday we had our AGM. I say enough is enough. I need to let the young leaders to take over as well. And being director of the Camel Oil as well, I have my young leaders from Camel as a parent company who came here as well. From general manager of the lubricant, general manager of Camgas, general manager of flowers, and general manager of this Camgas as well, plus East African warehousing with its fleet. All those are young leaders whom I have groomed, and I am proud to say with this white beard, I have done something really. Okay, thank you very much. I think we are here today to look for the intersection between technology and human capital. But before we start, actually, when I was coming from home, I've got a video call from my daughter far away, asking me, "Daddy, are you going to make your presentation today?" I said, "Yes." "Are you well prepared?" So, "Yes, I'm prepared." So we were talking via the video phone. And I was wondering how technology has managed to change our lives today. You're talking with somebody very far and you can see each other. And you wouldn't like to say, "When are you coming to Tanzania?" You won't even ask that because technology has made you to come so close that we are all interacting and we talk. And nothing we are missing now. We don't miss anybody now because everybody we meet around the world is quite a small village. So technology has made us really change everything, the way we live, the way we work, the way we look, we conduct our businesses, and it's changed the whole landscape of our business and operations. I want to see just how this intersection happens. In my presentation, I'll try to show that you can invest a lot in the technology and you can get zero results. Because if people are not ready to do it, it's a role of a leadership that can make this intersection happen. It's a leader who has to create a positive, strong culture that fosters innovations, human resource development, and so on. So it's really a big role of a leader who creates a strong culture, and we will see how the two, when intersected, maximizes the company's growth. And then there'll be some mentioning of case study in our case, in other one to two companies, if time allows. Okay, we cannot talk about business growth without talking about human capital. The integration of the two brings a sustainable growth and development and brings innovations, and also the two makes a business grow. Sky becomes the limit for that organization. But basically, what is human capital? When we say human capital, what really it means? The theory aims at what? It aims at all the skills, knowledge, experiences, social skills, training given to them, capabilities that actually eventually creates economic value for an organization for business growth. So the human capital, the idea is the idea that in order to create this value, the economic value, you need to invest in the human capital to get the results. And here, for today's theme, you need to invest in the technology. If as a leader, if you believe in innovation, you prioritize investing in innovation, then definitely you'll get the results. So basically, it has some impact in HR and the recruitment, training, and strategic planning, and to create competitive advantage. Now, by investing in human capital, if you invest in human capital, assuming that the workforce is ready to do it, we go to see why the staff sometimes is not ready. When the staff is ready, when the workforce is ready to utilize technology to develop human capital, that it will enhance productivity, innovation, and it will bring customer satisfaction, because the people who are doing are very happy with the company, and they embrace culture of recognition and so on and so forth. So it creates competitive advantage, and it promotes organization agility. So creating human capital which is skilled is very important. And now, actually, in most of the company now, we are competing in human capital. It depends how much you have invested in human capital to get a return. I was talking outside when I was outside with my sister Lillian. She's a Niagiri. It's like a company that actually trains and upskill staff before they go for companies. And I say, what you're doing is something very good, because we receive young people from universities who come, and you have to invest in them. And if you are doing that, means you are reducing the workload for us in the amount of investments. So it's a good job you're doing. Keep doing it. So now what makes it actually that intersection happens is a leader. Leadership is influence. John Maxwell said leadership is influence. How you influence people to support your vision, goals, and the direction of a company that you want to pursue. Actually, the measure of influence is that what explains the leader. And you can see that every time when you go, even in football, you find you can have best player in the world, but if you have the bad coach, nothing. The team will not be able to perform. You change a coach, you change the result of a team. Because he has to know how to utilize, he has to know the talents, how he's managing his talents of his people, how he motivates them, how he inspires them. So leadership is everything. And when we say influence, means this ability to inspire and motivate your team to achieve common goals. The key words here is inspiring. It's very important as a leader to inspire your people. You push them to a next level where they can go further and be able to prove themselves, so that they can become the best version of themselves. So a leader always inspires people, motivates people, and whatever you do, they will trust you. You want to introduce a technology, they will say, fine, we are with you. So leadership is everything to make this intersection happen. So, but he has to gain respect and trust from them, and so that people are willingly want to follow him, not that they have to follow him. It's not necessary that they have to follow you, because they can come to work, spend 9 hours on their desk. If they decide not to support you, you will not achieve what you want to achieve. We have seen in a number of companies, a software is introduced, it takes 4 years for implementation. It's because these people, leadership did not prepare a proper culture. So we'll see in the culture how the culture leverage that intersection. So Maxwell went on to say, everything rises and falls on leadership. If you see something is wrong in the organization, it doesn't work, it's leadership. Because it's leadership always creating a growing environment for its people. If people are not growing, it's an environment, it's a culture that is there, does not nurture, especially young people, to go forward and take over the leadership. So when we have weak leaders, then you have weak organization. When you have strong organization, you know there's a strong leadership. So the role of a leader is always to become a supporter, somebody who actually plays a significant role to support the intersection between technology and human capital. He's somebody that he has to support, and he believes in it. He believes this investment I'm doing to invest in the technology will impact the human capital to maximize the economic value in order for the company to grow. You want to grow a company, grow the leaders. You cannot talk about expanding a company if you're not growing the leaders. Leaders are responsible for the growth of a company. Now, this is an area where most of us or most companies forget to invest. You can invest in the technology, whatever the software you want to bring in the organization. If you have not prepared your people, the leader, they do not support a leader, it is not supported by them. I can tell you, because I've experienced a number of organizations I've worked myself, I can see whenever you introduce things, how they go. So a leader must recognize the human capital innovation and fosters creativity, productivity. He must be that. He must be visionary to support any initiative and to improve company growth. But also a leader who actually qualifies to bring this intersection between technology and human capital must have a vision and sense of direction where he wants to take the company to another level. So he is responsible to create a culture, the culture that will be a backbone of the organization, that will determine how people are working, their behavior. It's an identity of the company, inside and outside, that people feel proud to work in that company. If the culture of the organization is not right, even you won't get talent people, competent people coming to the organization, because people will ask you, what about the company? Say, oh, no, you're not sure of your job when you go there. So no matter the salary that you provide, if a culture is not right, it does not make people grow, people are not engaged, there's no motivation, recognition, there is no feedback what you're doing. People feel a lot of uncertainties and stressful to work in such environment. So a leader must create other leaders and must be result-oriented. So a leader has to improve his level. For this intersection to happen, technology and human capital, it cannot happen if you have a leader who does not have the proper quality, the appropriate quality to bring this intersection. It must be a leader that has reached a certain level and can communicate with his members of the team so that they can buy in what he presents for the next level of growth of the organization. So he has to build relationship first with his people. A good relationship with people, relationship builds trust. Trust eventually builds loyalty. So the employees must be loyal to the leader. So this technology that you bring that will cause a lot of cultural transformation of the organization will change the way they do things. They will accept this information, this technology, and the implementation will be completely 100%. So he has to be ability to make relationship, create trust and loyalty, communicate the beliefs and values of his organization. He must have the ability to change the values and belief of the organization. And he has to lead by example. What you say is what you do. Okay, they look at you, what you say, how you behave yourself. You become a role model to your people so that you create that integrity to your people. But more or less, you need to increase your competence, your ability of leadership, competence in your areas. You need to improve yourself so people can trust you that you have that competence to take them to another level. And you need to be also adaptability. They need to see result out of you because your company has to grow. As the company grows, they trust you, and therefore any change that you introduce in a change management, whatever initiative, they will say, yes, we are with you. But most important, I was one day in a master class, ILT, leadership master class, and it was something very important discussed there. I love that a leader must have vulnerability. They must be vulnerable. Most of us have egos. You know, when you have egos in your leadership, it becomes very difficult to lead people. You cannot introduce any change that can get support from your people. You must be vulnerable. You must be admit. You must be open, transparent, and honest to your own weaknesses and your feelings, your experience you have shared in the past, mistakes you have done in other organizations. You give people experience to understand that it's not a leader, it's a perfect person. Being a leader doesn't mean you are perfect, you know everything. Being a leader is that you create an environment where great ideas can come. It doesn't mean that every good idea has to come from you. You only have people, and you have the ability to utilize the potential of your people in order to ensure you maximize the growth of your organization. Now, we are talking the intersection. We are still there in the intersection. How does it happen? You have the technology, the human capital commitment of investment. How does it happen? Is it just when you invest it happens? No, it doesn't happen. So you need a leader. Which level of a leader can make it? Which level of a leader? Maxwell gave us very profound levels of influence that a leader can grow to become that level. He has given 5 levels. He has mentioned to us the level number 1, that is influence on a position. When you start to enter into organization, a leader starts using authority. I am the boss. Do it or leave it. So either you do it or you're fired. So here influence is 0, nothing moves. Today we come with this technology, we think it will maximize our company growth. We like everybody to cooperate and ensure that you cooperate with the IT to ensure that the SAP is immediately implemented. Thank you very much. It cannot work that way. You cannot use authority to try to bring this intersection, and people can accept that. So this level of a leader cannot be the right leader to bring such intersection. We go to level 2. This guy, now he's learning. While he was working, people try to accept him, and they love him, they like him, they're ready to give their energy for him. Okay, things are okay. We like you, we accept you. It's a good level, but it's not a level to stay for a long time anyway, because people want results. So you need to move to the 3rd level. 3rd level is a production level, where this level of influence, people are more influenced by the result that you're producing for your organization. Now, you have made a performance of your organization. The results are seen. Now, you have proven yourself. You become a successful person in the organization. Okay, they try to trust you now. Trust is built there, that this guy. But you need to move further. People, what's in it for me? You have done for the organization. What about me? What about us? The growth of organization must be attached to our own growth, personal growth as well. So you go to another level, or reproduction level, where now you're reproducing leaders. You are taking people from a lower level to a higher level, where they grow. You're investing your time, energy, you're training them, you mentor them, they grow that level. They accept you. They say, now, this is a leader. We are ready to take him from any level we want. This leader, what we're talking about, if he brings an idea, innovative idea or technology, whatever, this intersection will happen. And this investment will not go to waste. When you add value to people, because level 4, you need to add value to people. Because when you add value to people and you invest in people, you get returns. And those returns is the performance of the organization, which you as a leader becomes your credibility as a leader. And Maxwell went to the level 5, which is respect. You earn respect as well, but the respect, which is really greatly meant here, is that people give you respect. You're not demanding for respect. It's respect, and it's more reflected for those great people who come with a great idea, like Martin Luther King, Mandela, Nelson Mandela. People respect him worldwide because of their values and belief and what they stood for in their lifetime. Okay, so the reproduction level has more influence to ensure human capital adapt to technological changes. Now, let's go to, there is another way a leader can persuade his members whenever you introduce an idea. And I think Simon Sinek has given us a very good way how leaders, we have talked about influence is inspiring and motivating others. Now, this inspiration, Simon has really dwelled on this issue and talk about great leaders inspire others to act. It's the way you think, act, and communicate that actually will make people trust you. You always start with why to your people whenever you want to communicate any changes. For example, we want to introduce the technology. You just don't say, let's start using this technology. You say, why you want to use this technology? Why you want to use technology? Just our company needs to be innovative. We need to grow. Growing means all of us are growing with the company, and how we do it, we need to introduce the technology, and whatever the result will be more profitable, and everyone will be happy, and they are attached to that why. So they need to understand why they have to do things, why they do what they want to do. So keeping this in mind for how you communicate, leader has to be a good communicator of his values and purpose. Because it's the purpose. When people understand their purpose, for example, a good example, we all came here for what? Why do we came here? We came here to learn, to share experiences. You woke up early in the morning. There was something that they were driving you to come here all the way. With all the weather we came, but everybody made sure waking very early and you're looking forward for this day. Why? It's because you have a purpose. There's something that you want to achieve and something that you believe you can achieve. Now, for culture, when you're trying to introduce culture is a backbone of the organization. Culture is a backbone of the organization. It's really a strong culture builds the trust. You can say culture is a collection of people coming together, sharing the same values and belief. And these people, when they work together, they believe in one another. They trust one another. They trust their leaders as well. It's a collection of people. Beyond the structure and systems, it's the people, it's the human capital that actually really matters in this issue. It encompasses collective attitudes, behaviors, and values guiding interaction. It's also company personality and impacting collaboration, problem solving, and innovation. And it is also much shape and nurture desired culture. So it's leadership responsibility now to nurture the culture of the organization. But sometimes culture, it depends, you introduce cultural changes, cultural transformation. When are you introducing? For example, I go to join a new organization, and I want to bring cultural changes. People have worked for 15, 20 years there. They have their way they interact, the way they work, their values, decision making, how the teaming. How do you actually be able to introduce cultural change? You want to introduce technology. These people have never used technology before. And if you go for abruptly without first upholding the existing culture, and you go to change abruptly, you'll get a resistance. Resistance must be there because these people, you have not built a culture from before. You need to go with them slowly. Kabel-Ross change model curve template has shown that when you introduce something new people have never experienced, they develop shock first. What is it? Because technology, mind you, technology people fear that it's going to replace them. When you use the technology, we are going to be replaced by technology. But if you actually inspire them to use technology, that this will enable you to work faster, to be more creative, and it's just like an enabler. Technology is a backup, it's not a replacement of human capital. It's just an enabler. So we are going to use it for this, and then you'll be able to learn the skills, and you'll be able to work better and become more productive. So it depends. Now, if you introduce it, they got a shock, and then they'll come denial stage, and then they go to frustration, they start depression. You know all those times, they start experimenting the ideas, and they start now taking decisions like they're going to accept, Eventually, there's integration where changes of integrated individual, they accept the idea, but it's a long process. But a leader, you must first uphold the existing culture, because the existing culture is what changed the leadership style. The existing culture will determine how decisions are made. While you're upholding the decisions, the culture, then you're introducing change gradually. While you have those qualities we have mentioned, you spend time to go at a leadership level, from positional level to permission level. You need to take time to this, to reach fourth level, where now these people will be able to trust you as a leader and take them through to another level of growth. Well, how a leader builds a culture, because culture is very powerful. You need first to define your values. And values, mind you, they are things that are reminded every day. It's not just they are there on your wall of your office, or you find them portrayed. Simon was saying this value should be translated into action. You don't say just integrity. Say do the right thing. They should be verbs, not nouns, because most of what we use the values and integrity, teamwork, honesty, but actually they're not be able to be measured. They're not supposed to be implemented. It's just a matter of verbs, integrity. So they shouldn't be noun, because nouns are not becoming appealing. So if you use a verb, for example, take this glass there. If you say movement, take the glass there. It's more clicking in the minds of a person, more say a noun instead of using a verb. So, and then we said you lead by example and communicate, and you seek feedback, and you measure and assess. So this, you build a culture, because those things will enable you to be able to recognize your staff, reward them. And I remember, for me, myself, I have my CEO. He has a culture, very, very amazing culture. When he comes to work, he will pass by to my office first, and then greet, how are you, Salim? How are you? Everything's okay? Are you okay? Fine. And then he goes to his office upstairs. I'm asking, I should have gone to his office. Why is he coming to my office? You know, he's trying to show you leadership is not about a position. Leadership is not a position. It's a character that you nurture and show your people that you become authentic to become a leader. You don't become a leader by position. You become a leader because you can influence people to make changes and grow the organization. It's possible because of you. Nothing less, nothing more. So the strong culture that can build is employee engagement, the culture of employee engagement. There you have no problem, because you ask them, what do you think the best culture we can build for organization to go on with? It's not a culture that you came with, no, a culture on your organization. And the best way to do, you apply 20-20-28 rule, 80-20 rule, that you get 8% of the result by 20 of your people. You choose key people, you grow few leaders. That's the good starting point, whereby those 20% leaders will lead others, and the leadership grows. Because always a leader builds his influence by the people who are surrounding him. It's your inner cycle, the people that are close to you, you're investing, is where the maximum potential of your leadership can be felt, because of your people that you have grown, and your work becomes easy to manage and transform the culture of your organization. So the productivity will be possible, innovation, the benefits of a culture will bring innovation, and customer satisfaction. How from inside to outside, even how you serve people outside becomes your culture. It becomes your culture. I'm sure all of you, when we travel, we prefer some airline over the others. It's because of the culture of the organization. The kind of hospitality you get is different from another one. The way they inform you, any changes, whatever, is different from the other one. So we actually, culture is a leverage for a company to grow. The impact of a good culture, I was talking to outside with Lillian, with a colleague. They say, you know, when people come to, fresh millennials come from university, most companies fear to invest in young people. Why? Because when you invest, they go away, for example. And then you say, hey, you better have a contract with them that you work with me for 4 years, 5 years, until my investment, my return. So, but why do they have to leave? You say, why do they have to leave? So it was a nice discussion there. So it reduced staff turnover and enhances collaboration, encourage creativity, and it builds a positive brand. I can tell you, I have people I have seen in other companies. When they work for one company, you can go and try to poach him. How much do you be paid? You may say maybe 10 million. I'll give you 20 million. Can you come and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't come. I can't come. Why? He's so much attached to that culture. You know, culture is very powerful. It's a collection of people. It's like a family. You're there. There's someone that you have a problem, someone solve your problem, a leader listen to you, you have anything. It's not about salary. It's about the support that you get from your company. The inspiration, they support your family. You have issues with your family, you can go and talk to HR, they can advise you. You know, you feel you are there. So it's not a question of money that somebody can poach you for 50% increment of salary and go to another organization. There are people who actually stand for their values and belief of the organization. So that's the way to the maximum. You can see how culture is very strong, that it actually empowers people to stay and be sustainable in the organization. So the result of the strong culture, increased profitability and business growth. So this is actually the what I wanted to share. The leveraging of technology and business, actually, it comes in the recruitment, because in the culture, you would like to employ people who actually believe what you believe. The culture, their values. You want to know someone who comes here actually fit to our values, is a good fit for our values and beliefs of our organization. So HR will always try to see they recruit right people who actually be able to sustain the culture of the organization. And also, the culture of training and development, this consistency is very important, that everyone who comes here knows that they will grow and be able to reach a higher level of performance in their career. So culture is very powerful. Culture is very powerful. For example, like I've said, in our organization, we have tried to bring a culture of succession. People succeed because of what they do, and they are rewarded for that from one level to another. Summary, I would like to say, how have we used the intersection in our company? For example, we have used intersection by engaging people, and we have a culture of, culture is a strategy, staff and development program. So when we introduced SAP in our company, while we were working the manuals 10 years ago, before people could not say no, because we started educating, awareness, and we have used telling them the reason that it will improve their processes, assuring them no one will be thrown in the street. And so people supported, and so far, for example, it was taking almost 1 hour for a truck to load in our depot. But now it takes almost 20 to 25 minutes for a truck to load, from an order being processed, from sales, from operations, and then we're a delivery note and invoice, and it goes to the finance using SAP as well, and then they check with the bank confirmation of the payment, and the truck is released within 25 minutes compared to when it was before. So really, to us, the intersection happened because we engage people, and the culture supports that engagement. So in summary, you want to grow a leader, you want to grow an organization, grow leaders. And whatever you invest will be meaningful to you. Thank you very much.